Hi, I'm Helen from The Greek Vegetarian, and today we're going to be making Pici Pasta together. Now, Pici Pasta is a really hands-on, free-form pasta that's great for some frustration while we're in isolation, but also great for the kids to get involved in. So we're going to be using baby spinach today, and that means that the kids are going to be getting extra nutrients in the pasta, but it's also going to be a little bit of a hunting game. And what I mean by that is the Pici Pasta ends up looking a little bit like these green beans here. So when we put everything together, the kids are going to be able to see the difference between the pasta and the beans and maybe help them, encourage them to eat it a little bit more. So let's get started. First thing we're going to do is put 200 grams of baby spinach into a food processor. And that's just to break it down as much as we can. And then we're going to make our pasta dough. Now that our spinach has been blended into a really fine consistency, I'm going to pop this into a bowl of a stand mixer with 200 grams of plain flour. We're then going to put it onto our stand mixer and beat it with a dough hook until it forms a beautiful sticky dough. So now that our pasta dough is ready, you can see it's a really gorgeous soft dough that has come together, and look at the color that's in that. So some troubleshooting that you might run into when you do have the dough in your stand mixer is perhaps your spinach isn't wet enough, so the pasta dough itself isn't combining with the flour. So if you do come into that problem, you can add some olive oil in there or some water or both. And if you are finding that perhaps there's too much moisture in there, you can just add a little bit more flour. But this is just perfect. So what we're going to do next is just grab little portions of the dough. And you can see that gluten has developed. It's really stretchy. So you're wanting to leave this on your pasta dough hook there for a little while, just so it does get nice and sticky. So we're going to roll this into logs. It just needs a little bit of encouragement because it is quite sticky, which is a good thing. You're wanting to roll it into, say, the thickness of your thumb, and then we're going to cut these into 1 centimeter pieces. And this is where the kids can definitely get involved. I love doing it myself, it's lots of fun. So with a sharp knife, they don't have to be perfect, and if they don't come apart, that's okay. Just put them in a guideline and just cut them. Separate these, start handing them out to your little helpers, and then we're going to roll them. So keeping a little bit of flour on your bench top so they don't get sticky. And if at any time they do get sticky, don't be afraid to stop what you're doing, put a little bit more flour on there. If you're finding that the dough is too sticky, you can actually put it in the fridge for half an hour. So you wrap it in some cling film, pop it in the fridge and take it back out and then use it. So we're going to roll these into little balls. Makes it easier for your helpers. And then we want to achieve a green bean looking shape. So just pop them to the side. Now, with the palm of your hand and your fingers as you're rolling, you want to roll this and then push it with the palm. And they don't have to be perfect. This is the point of Pici Pasta. And this is what they should look like. And if you're wanting them to be longer, you can use your fingers to roll it out a little bit more. But that's the kind of shape you're wanting. And you're wanting it to be uneven. You're going to get some gooey ends, you're going to get some finer bits, and they are going to taste delicious. So complete this with all of your pasta dough. Pop them on a parchment-lined baking tray or a chopping board, and then we're going to get ready to cook them. The next step is cooking our Pici Pasta, and we're also going to make a sauce while our pasta is cooking. So on a high rolling boil, we've got some salted water in our saucepan, and we're just going to carefully pop our pasta in there. Now they will sink, so just when you're popping them in, just keep an eye where you're putting them, and if you do see them sticking together, you can just use a spatula to move them around. And you're going to know when your pasta is ready because they'll start floating. It only will take a few minutes to get them cooking, and in the meantime we're going to make a beautiful simple sauce to go with it. So let's make our sauce. So in a deep skillet, we're going to add some olive oil. Now I am going to use some chili in this recipe. If you don't like it or your kids don't like it, you don't have to use it. I just like the flavour. Into that we're going to put 2 cloves of minced garlic. And I've got some minced chilli here. It's about a tablespoon of that. Mix that around. You're going to get really fragrant. Now to this, I'm going to add some blanched green beans. So in the same water that I'm cooking the pasta, I quickly blanched the green beans for about 2 to 3 minutes, then pop them in some cold water to keep their beautiful vibrancy. Pop them in the pan. And in there, I'm going to add some cherry tomatoes and olives. So as you can see, there are a lot of veggies in our sauce that's coming together. You can add more or less, you can change the vegetables that you're putting in there, it's completely up to you. And now that our pasta has risen to the surface, I'm going to pop it straight into the pan. You hear that sizzle. And this will actually help that sauce form a little bit more. It's really light and refreshing. I love to finish this off with some fresh lemon juice. That zestiness mixed with the chili, it's just beautiful. What we're also going to do, a little trick for when you're making your pasta sauces, just to thicken everything up, is to grab a cup of the pasta water, just under a cup, and pop it into the dish. Stir everything through so all the flavours are coated. Now I have olives in here. If you're not using olives, you probably want to season just that little bit more. I am going to add a little salt and pepper into the dish. Smells amazing. And there you have it, our Pici pasta with green beans. Now you can see that you can't really see which one the pasta is or which ones the beans are. So you're going to have to tell the kids to eat them and try for themselves. Now I have finished this dish with some cherry bocconcini, and we're going to pop some lemon on the top. And of course some more cheese. And sprinkle with Parmesan and enjoy.